ACT24 of James Hodak. They'll be his starters in heat number 13 of the national title. This one for Hamilton Furnishing Company. Here we go. Final chance for all these drivers. 6 of them in the top 20 on points as we get underway. Bo Riley makes the first move as they head out in turn number 2 the first time and into the back straight. Stephen Laidlaw takes the lead. Back in second place is Damien McAllister, then in third place the 34 of Adam Wilson. Shane Hammond in the little Sigmas coming up around the outside as well. Bo Riley is fourth. Jack Milthorpe, then Kane McDiarmid is the next car running. So they go up into the top turn the first time. Under green conditions, McDiarmid's in a bit of trouble. He's gone back a spot as they head into the back straight. Donald Irving also having some issues as they come into the main straight. The 2002-2003 champion Stephen Laidlaw out in front. Damien McAllister in second place. Adam Wilson third. The Victorian champion Bo Riley starting to get busy now on the outside of both of those cars. They're nearly 3 wide in the back straight. Back then to Jack Milthorpe in 5th. Kane McDiarmid comes around the outside of Stephen Brencher, moves into 6th place. Stephen Laidlaw leads this one through. Wilson in 2nd place. Bo Riley now underneath of Damien McAllister, moves into 3rd place. Back then to Jack Milthorpe in 5th and McDiarmid in 6th, then Stephen Brencher. Then we've got Hodak the next one as they head down the back straight. Our race leader in heat 3. Oh, Laidlaw's out. It's blown up in the lead here. The 33 car's out. He goes to the infield. He hasn't gone to the infield yet, but it's running like a bucket of bolts, and Bo Riley's about to come up on the outside, and the West Australian hits the front. Stephen Laidlaw fighting back. I don't know what happened to that car, but it almost sounded like it had blown up completely. He's back on the steam now, so I'm not sure what happened, but it's enough for him to lose the lead. Back then to Wilson in 3rd, another big puff of smoke from Laidlaw. Back then to the 23 car of Damien McAllister. Laidlaw does pull the car up. Kane McDiarmid now comes underneath of Jack Milthorpe. So all sorts of drama to start the night. Gemma Laidlaw out, Wayne Burke out, both in the parade. And now Stephen Laidlaw, while a mile in front, has lost the lead, and Bo Riley is out in front. Started out of position number 6. 2nd place at 34 car of Adam Wilson. 3rd place now is Kane McDiarmid. He started out of position number 10. So moved down the main straight once again. Bo Riley, Wilson, McDiarmid. Damien McAllister is 4th. Then Jack Milthorpe. ACT24 James Hodak is next. Then Stephen Brencher. Then Donald Irving. Then back to the 7th car and the tail of the field in Shane Hammond as they come past us once again. It's pretty close to the minor placings, but a race leader has split the scene. It's Bo Riley out in front, Wilson in 2nd place, 3rd place Kane McDiarmid, 4th place Jack Milthorpe. Hodak comes underneath for Damien McAllister, moves into 5th place as our race leader passes us again, laps ticking by. Bo Riley having a comfortable lead now. Wilson in 2nd place. Back in 3rd place, Kane McDiarmid. Milthorpe in 4th. Then back to Hodak and Damien McAllister. There's a car up against the fence. Stephen Brencher down there in turn number 3. Can he get the car off the track? No, he cannot. And on come the yellows. Bo Riley had a lead of 2.5 seconds over Adam Wilson, and Kane McDiarmid had come from the back of the field to be 3rd, but we'll do it all again. There'll be a 3-lap restart. 3 laps to go when we go back to green. Adam Wilson right behind him. They'll come to the start zone in just a moment. Kane McDiarmid is back a car length, and he's going to be 2 car lengths behind when we go green. Greens are activated as they come down the main straight. Bo Riley has the front left wheel hanging off the ground. Really motoring out of turn number 2. McDiarmid's out after Wilson. Back to Milthorpe. Here comes Hodak as they come into turn 3 and 4. 2 laps to go in heat number 13 of the national title. And our race leader is Bo Riley from WA. 2nd place is Adam Wilson. 3rd place Kane McDiarmid, then Jack Milthorpe. Hodak and then Damien McAllister. And it's a runaway leader all of a sudden. He's got a handy lead. Bo Riley will come up and greet the white flag as they move out of turn number 4. Bo Riley, your race leader. 2nd place is the 34 of Adam Wilson. Kane McDiarmid is 3rd. Back and forth is Hodak, Milthorpe and Damien McAllister very close together. Here comes McDiarmid having a look up underneath of Adam Wilson. This is for 2nd and 3rd. but the West Australian, the Victorian champion, Bo Riley, is first home, greets the checkered flag, and that will put him right up near the top of the points. Back in second place, Adam Wilson, Kane McDiarmid third. Fourth place goes to James Hodak. Then back in fifth place, it is Jack Bilthorpe, Damien McAllister, Robert Eldridge, Shane Hammond, and Donald Irving. No time for the race due to the stoppage. 1.646 was the winning margin. The quick lap was by Bo Riley.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Heat 13 winner for Hamilton Furnishing Company out of West Australia, the Victorian champion, Bo Riley. Bo, that's going to put you in a really nice position now.
Yeah, mate, we needed that one. Had a couple of bad heats towards the end of last night, so we just needed a few extra points to bump us up the front a bit. So, yeah, that was great.
Mate, it's one of those titles. You're still sitting sixth on points after those difficult heats. You must be really, really chuffed now.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably due to all the couple of the big guns dropping heats, so it's allowed us lesser likes to sort of sneak up there a little bit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you will see the W4 of Bo Riley at the front of the grid for tonight's A main.
Thanks, Benny. All right, thanks, mate. Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah. Thanks, mate.
All about set to go in this heat. 10 cars to go around. Heat number 14 of the national title. Into the main straight. The green lights are on. They're away. Let's see what happens here. Joel Berkeley, the highest qualifier, is in second place at the moment. They're three wide. Didn't get to say that much last night. They're still three wide. Pete Leonard comes up on the inside of Anderson. Jaden Edwards is in that group in the red car, number 87. As they come out of turn number 4, another one starting to poke his nose through is Massara, Rick Massara. Craig McAllister back there as well. Joel Berkeley comes to the outside of Matt Hutchison as they head down the back straight, and the Queenslander hits the front. Joel Berkeley now takes the lead, wins this race. He will start on pole position in the national final. Back to second place, Hutchison, Leonard in third. On the outside is Anderson. On the inside is the 87 of Jaden Edwards. Behind them is Rick Massara and then Craig McAllister. A gap back then to Ryan Arnell and then Quayle and also Monique Bailey. They move into the main straight once again to complete another lap. Our race leader is car number 59, Joel Berkeley, as they head down the back straight once again. Heat number 14, Berkeley in front. Look at the angle. Oh! Edwards up on two wheels as he come up on the outside there of Hutchison. Contact was made, but he's A-OK. He loses a couple of spots. Rick Massara was the big winner out of that, moves into fourth place. It's a runaway leader, though, out in front. It is Joel Berkeley. Anderson in second place. Third place is Pete Leonard. Rick Massara from the back of the field is up into fourth place. Fifth place is the 87 car of Edwards. Then we got Craig McAllister and the 14 of Hutchison back there in seventh place. So great battle for the minor placings, but out in front is the 59er Joel Berkeley. He's got right away from them. He leads by 2 seconds as we come up to complete another lap. 6 down and 6 laps to go. Out in front it's Joel Berkeley. Second place Anderson, then Leonard. Back then to Rick Massara. Then to Jaden Edwards in fifth place. Behind him is McAllister and Hutchison. Our race leader has skipped right away. Back ninth place is Quayle, then Monique Bailey and Ryan Arnell. Into the main straight we come. The race leader is Berkeley. Inquiry flag coming out. It's going to, I think it was going to go to Jaden Edwards. The flag he got a bit close to the action down there as the race continues. It's a great big freight train for the minor placings. Joel Berkeley, though, is a country mile in front. We'll watch for the inquiry flag again. Here it comes. It is on Jaden Edwards and car number 87 as he swept on by. It's Berkeley out in front from Anderson. Leonard, Massara, oops! McAllister hit the fence right in front of the scoreboard. The number disappeared for the moment, came back on. As they come back into the main straight, another lap goes by, 3 to go. And it's all Joel Berkeley. He is getting further and further and further in front. 3.6 seconds, the Queenslander. Back in second place, it's the 11 car of Rodney Anderson. Back into Leonard in third place, then Rick Massara. Jaden Edwards in fifth, then back to McAllister, Hutchison, Quayle, Monique Bailey and Ryan Arnell. Just 1.5 laps left to go. And this youngster from Queensland, only a couple of years out of junior sedans, is steering down pole position in the national final. Comes up and gets the white flag. He's a mile in front. down the main straight. He's going to be out of the main straight before the rest of them get into it. Second is Anderson, back then to Leonard. Then the 22 car, Rick Massara. Then we've got Jaden Edwards, McAllister and Hutchison. But come on, race fans, put your hands together. He's only a young fella, a couple of years out of juniors, and he's now on pole in the national final. Joel Berkeley, a tremendous job, has won by a long, long way. He wins by nearly 5 seconds over Rodney Anderson, Pete Leonard. Rick Massara is fourth. Jaden Edwards, Matt Hutchison, Craig McAllister, Ryan Quayle, Monique Bailey, and Ryan Arnell. 346.482 for the 12 laps. The winning margin 4.825. The quick lap was by Joel Berkeley in 18.621. He defeats Rodney Anderson and Pete Leonard.
Your Heat 14 winner for the AAT 28 Goldsmith Motel, the Q59 of Joel Berkeley. Joel, pole position man for tonight's A-Main.
Yeah, well, I can't complain with that, but I think Justin's still to run, but he's off the back, but anything can happen these days in the heat, so I guess we've put ourselves in a good position for tonight's feature, and well, anything can happen from there.
You put yourself in the best position, mate. I hope you've got some people to thank here.
Yeah, it's a massive thanks to Mum, Dad. Mum's away, or Mum's at home watching. Michael, the Bens, the Atkins, everyone's helped out this weekend. Atkins for letting us stay or work on the car there. Ben's for helping out. Everyone that's helped out. Massive thanks to the sponsors: Talbot Performance Products, Glenmore and Cheryl Ace, Fox Shocks Lab Australia, Advanced Tyres, Jane Nelson Car Detailing, NPR, and yeah, shout out to everyone at home watching, and yeah, King Roy and all that.
All right, thanks, Joel. Ladies and gentlemen, your pole position starter for tonight's A-Main, the Q59, Joel Berkeley.
So we get ready now for the penultimate heat of the national title, heat number 15. 9 cars to go around, the green lights come on, away we go. Our race leader is Trevor Mills, the national champion. Look at that, they're 3 and 4 wide. Behind him though, Massara moves into second place, Jake Blight is in there, and another West Australian, Kyle Sayer, is in that group as well. Neil Kaldulis is going via the Cape as they come into the main straight to complete lap number 1. Our race leader is Trevor Mills. Second place is now Kyle Sayer as Rod Massara went wide. So head down the back straight. The timing's gone once again on the lap board. So we've got 10 to go this time around. It's the national champion out in front. Second place, the 95 of Kyle Sayer. Third place is car number 61, Jake Blight. Rod Massara is fourth as they head out of turn number 2, back then into the 15 car next, which is Richard Cook. And the national champions under pressure from Kyle Sayer, the car that rolled over last night. Jake Blight in third place, and in fourth place it's Massara. Fifth place it's car number 15, Richard Cook. So come up the main straight and complete lap number 3. 3 down and 9 to go. Trevor Mills in front. Second place, the 95 of Kyle Sayer. Blight in third, Cook fourth, and back then to Rod Massara in fifth place as they head down the back straight. Sixth place is that of Andrew Cunningham, then Neil Kaldulis, Ray Usher, and Keel Rosevear. We're going to rip her out in front though. 4 down and 8 to go. Jake Blight's going to go the big one on the outside now. Levels up with the 95 of Kyle Sayer almost as they head down the back straight. It's Trevor Mills in front. Sayer in second place. On the inside now, Sayer comes Kai Blight. Not Kai Blight, his brother, Jake Blight. As they head down the main straight back into Richard Cook and Rod Massara. Up into turn 1 and 2. They head down the back straight. We've done 5 laps, 7 to go, 6.5 now, and it's the national champion in front, having his first run in the title after a disaster last night. Into the main straight at the halfway mark. 6 down and 6 to go. Inquiry flag coming out on Kyle Sayer. I don't know what he's done, but anyway, he's got the inquiry flag. On the outside now comes Jake Blight having another go. That one doesn't work either. Richard Cook there in fourth place, and back then to Rod Massara. They come into the main straight, 4 of them locked together. There's 5 laps to go, 7 down and 5 remaining. Trevor Mills in front. Second place, Kyle Sayer. On the outside, Jake Blight, and on the inside is Richard Cook. They've dispensed with Rod Massara for the moment. Oh, Blight gets super sideways. A great evasive driving by Richard Cook, and now moves to the outside. They come up with 4 laps to go in heat number 15 of the national title. Mills, Sayer, Blight, on the outside Richard Cook, back then to Rod Massara and Andrew Cunningham. They drag down the back straight. Richard Cook goes around the outside and Jake Blight moves into third place. There'll be 3 laps to go this time around. Richard Cook's come from the back of the field. It's Mills, Sayer, Cook and Blight down into turn number 1. out of turn 2. What can Jake Blight do in the 61 car? He's looking to come on the outside of Richard Cook. He does come up on the outside of Richard Cook. Can he make it stick up there? They come into the main straight, 2 laps to go. Down the main straight, Mills, Sayer, Cook and Blight throw a T-tail over them. Blight now continues on the outside, goes around the outside of Cook. Cook on the inside, fights back. Sayer in front of them, and also Trevor Mills. Jake Blight won't die wondering. He comes up on the outside again. White flag is out there, homeward bound in heat 15. Trevor Mills still just in front. Second, Blight's hit the fence here in the main straight. The yellows will have to come on. I didn't see what started that, but Jake Blight has hit the fence, and it has bent the front end completely. It is bent down like Herbie, and it is a bowed front end of the 61. It'll be a 2-lap restart when we get back underway. The race is not over yet. 2 laps to go. What a thriller it is. Trevor Mills leads Kyle Sayer and Richard Cook when this one gets back underway. Jake Blight trying to get that car mobile. We are now. Away we go. Sayer out after him. So go down to turn number 1. Richard Cook in 3rd place, and back then to Massara in 4th. Back to Andrew Cunningham, Neil Caldulis. So head down the back straight, then Ray Usher and Keel Rosevear. White flag to come out once again. They come out of 3 and 4. Here it comes. Trevor Mills has got 1 to go. Sayer is out after him, and so too Richard Cook. Richard Cook comes up on the outside of Kyle Sayer. Can he make it stick? He may do. Comes up around the outside of Trevor Mills. What a great move by Richard Cook. He went right round Sayer and Mills as if they weren't even there. Put your hands together for Richard Cook from the back of the field. Takes the win in heat number 15. Mills 2nd, Sayer 3rd. Back in 4th place is car number 12 of Rod Massara. Andrew Cunningham, then Neil Caldulis, Ray Usher and Keel Rosevear. In fact, it was Rosevear and then Ray Usher. What a great move on the last lap. Put your hands together here at the Western Speedway for him. A great drive to take the win on the last lap. The winning margin was .591. And
Ladies and gentlemen, heat number 15 for the Hamilton Lakeside Motel. I think we better get a bit rowdy here for Richard Cook. What a manoeuvre on the last lap. Richard, how was that?
I didn't know what was going on, so I just put upstairs and just sent it. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, and include my mum, my dad, and everyone else who helped me get here.
Now tell me, mate, we come to the final. Will you be upstairs again?
Depending on how the track goes, it might go slick, might go high, don't know. Just send it and see what happens.
Well, that was one of the most spectacular finishes we've seen in a heat race all weekend. Your winner there, the Q15 of Richard. Sorry, I've lost my program. Richard Cook.
well, let's see if Justin Hawkins can get himself back up towards the front. Richard Cook and Joel Berkeley. It'll be Berkeley and Cook at the moment on the front row for the national final, unless Justin Hawkins does something here. Well, it's a charge of the light brigade. 3 into 2 won't go for very long. I'm not sure if some of them are on the track then. So move out at turn number 2. Our race leader is Tim Morn from Western Australia. Benny Barker in 2nd place. Dean Sparrow 3rd. One has fallen apart at the back, which is Johnny Ralph. Barker's now in front. Back around the outside goes Tim Morn from Geraldton in Western Australia. Back in 3rd place is Dean Sparrow. Barker's back in front. So Barker and Morn have swapped the lead already 3 times as they move out of 3 and 4 once again. Barker in front. On the outside, Tim Morn. On the inside is Dean Sparrow. Back then to Shona Bent. Justin Hawkins, the equal highest qualifier after night number 1, is back there in 5th place. Tim Morn won't die wondering. He's out on the outside. Dean Sparrow tried to come underneath as Johnny Ralph moves to the infield. They come out of 3 and 4 once again. It's Barker, your race leader, as they come into the main straight. Laps ticking by, still a fair way to go though. We've done 3, 9 to go. Barker in front from Morn. Sparrow, 4th place, Shona Bent, and back there in 5th place, it is that of car number 56, Justin Hawkins, who's just done the quick lap of the race. They come out of turn 3 and 4 again. Will Hawkins go upstairs around the outside of Shona Bent? Into the main straight, Barker. Sparrow now comes underneath of Tim Morn. Back there is Shona Bent and also Justin Hawkins and John Calderwood at the tail of the 6 cars that are still out there. So head down the back straight once again. Morn still doing 2 laps to everyone else's 1. They come into the main straight, 5 down and 7 to go. Dean Sparrow sneaks up the inside. It's Barker, Sparrow, Morn. Oh, Sparrow goes underneath the Barker. Well, was he on the racetrack down there? I'd have to question that one as they come out of turn 3 and 4. It's just about a concertina effect here, and it has, as Sparrow leads them down the main straight. Hawkins has hit the tyre on the infield, got shot offline, and he's gone back to second last. As they head down the back straight, Dean Sparrow is out in front in the 91. Tim Morn in second place. Back in third place is the 13 car of Benny Barker. Oh, they're hooked up. Second and third are hooked up. The yellow lights will have to come on. Barker and Morn have got hooked up together. Barker has gone into the back of Morn. You can see the damage to Morn's car. The whole back bumper is going to fall apart and be pulled off. So it got a little bit untidy there with only the 6 cars out there. 6 laps to go. Time clock has disappeared again, but there are 6 laps remaining. All about set to go. Dean Sparrow leads them into the main straight. We're back underway. Oh, Tim Morn didn't go when the green lights come on. He has now, but Dean Sparrow has a mortgage on the event all of a sudden. He's a very handy leader. Morn super sideways, shown a bit to come up on the outside. Morn's car is aerodynamically challenged. It's missing the front and the back bumpers, so it comes into the main straight. Looks more like a crab than a car as they move down the main straight. Shona Bent moves into second place. Tim Morn on the outside, back then to Justin Hawkins. So head out of turn number 2, Benny Barker and John Calderwood. They're 3 wide. Tim Morn won't give up second place without a challenge and a fight, but Shona Bent has moved into second now. Morn into third. Justin Hawkins sneaks up the inside as well. Dean Sparrow, though, runs away with this one. He's out by 1.7 seconds. The lap's ticking by, 8 down and 4 to go. So head down the back straight once again. The 91 car of Dean Sparrow leads by 1.7 over Shona Bent. Back then to Hawkins in third, Morn in fourth, Benny Barker, and then John Calderwood. 9 down and 3 laps remaining in heat number 16. The final qualifying heat has Dean Sparrow out in front. Second place, Shona Bent. Justin Hawkins in third place. Back then in fourth place, the 13 of Benny Barker, and then back to Tim Morn and John Calderwood. 2 laps to go now. The white flag to come out next time around. Our race leader is Dean Sparrow. Second place, Shona Bent. Third place, the 56 of Justin Hawkins. Back in fourth place, the 13 car of Benny Barker, Tim Morn and John Calderwood. Into the main straight he comes. Dean Sparrow leads the final qualifying heat. Up the main track, white flag on display. Second place, car number 9 of Shona Bent. Back then to Justin Hawkins, Benny Barker, then we've got Tim Morn, and then the 3 car of John Calderwood. That should be the way they finish in the final qualifier. Come on, Western Speedway, put your hands together. Your club president wins the final qualifier. Dean Sparrow first across the line. Second place goes to the 9 car of Shona Bent. Third goes to Justin Hawkins, Benny Barker, then Tim Morn. And that car looks very second hand, and the last car to complete the distance is John Calderwood. No time for the race due to the stoppage. The winning margin is 1.830. The quick lap was by Dean Sparrow and 18.880. He defeats Shona Bent and Justin Hawkins in the final qualifier.
Ladies and gentlemen, your heat number 16 winner for the Budget on the Lake Motel. Get rowdy for our club president, Dean Sparrow. Dino, we were going to have this talk last night. You've made it tonight. Well done, mate.
Yeah, I think your pep talk at 2 o'clock in the morning might have just woken me up a little bit. But yeah, look, if this is as far as I get for this weekend, you know, there's guys out in the pits that have rebuilt this motor and rebuilt it again, and you know, it is on song. We've just got to get the rest of the car to hook it up. So yeah, we're a bag of points, and I'm wrapped.
Ladies and gentlemen, get a bit rowdy for him. The V91, your club president, Dean Sparrow.